Hello guys, Vengeance are here. So, last video I did was on relic shards, or ancient relic shards, and doing scrolls for memory fragments, and it was suggested that I sell them and buy scrolls written in ancient language, Pila scrolls, whatever you want to call them, and do those instead, and it would be more profitable. So I sold 300 of my ancient relic crystal shards. I bought 300 ancient language scrolls for 763. If I was buying memory fragments outright, it would be like 800, almost 900 million for 300 memory fragments. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know if it'll be profitable for my luck or not. We'll see. The scrolls are definitely a lot faster to do since there's only 2 bosses and I don't have to wait on the respawn time of that middle boss doing the shards. But whether or not it's profitable, we'll see. I'll calculate it all at the end of the video and kind of go over that. So if you don't want to stick around to me finishing these other 24 scrolls, skip to the end. And we'll kind of see, I'll open all the things and see how much I end up with. Basically, what I'm going to base it off of 2 different factors. If I have 300 memory fragments or more, it'll be profitable to just buy the scrolls because it's cheaper than buying memory fragments at that point. If I don't, then I'm going to see how much it would have cost me versus, I mean, either way it should be profitable, but I just kind of want to see the numbers just to finalize it. So now we set and we do 20-something scrolls. And I was thinking about some stuff. Last video I was talking about why Wizard, why I was playing Wizard, why I play BDO, and several comments. You guys chiming in. Let me know why you play BDO or why you like it. You know, it's funny. And I had chat on over here before I finished my thought because they were talking about Wizard. So I was looking to see what they had to say about that. But we'll turn chat off in case somebody says something inappropriate. Now, what I was thinking. So I've told this story before about how my wife actually, before we were married, started playing Black Desert well before me, and I let her. She kept trying to get me to play over and over, and I let her play for a year, and then I'm like, alright, I'll try Black Desert, I guess. Before I had played it, and so I waited till it was on sale, bought it. And I went into the game thinking, you know what? It's going to be like every other one. Just gear treadmill, theme park on rails. It was supposed to be a sandbox, but, you know, they always turn out to not be. Then they go pay to win and, you know, on and on. It was just, I didn't have a good outlook. So I set up, and I was like, you know what? I did a little research on the game. It's like, and they got life skills. I'm just going to be a life skiller. And my first thought in the game was like, okay, they have worker empires. I got to figure out how to do this. This is kind of confusing. And so I started looking into it. I'm like, I'm going to do this from the bottom up. And granted, this was like 2016, 2017. So it was like way in the past, right? When things were a little different in game. I decided, of course I moved a little bit too far out of the way. I decided I was going to set up a worker empire to become a beer mogul. I was going to have a monopoly on beer production. I was going to just produce so much And my thinking about that was, I'll make money by doing it, which, no. In the long run, no. You lose money crafting beer. But the idea was, where I got it from, was, you need beer for workers. And this is before grilled bird meat was a big thing. Most everyone cooked and crafted beer for their workers. It's like, you need it to fund your worker empire. So if I make a beer empire, I can fund my whole rest of my worker empire without doing anything else. It'll be self-sufficient. I won't have to, it'll maintain itself. I won't have to do anything but just sit and cook at the cooking utensil. And I was like, okay, so what do I need for that? I got every node I could possibly get that pertained to grains for the beer production, and I set up a bunch of workers. I had them all gather and stuff, and I'm like, okay, we got all those around Velia, and I had my hub in Velia, and I'm like, well, I have extra worker spots, so I started branching out. I was like, I need iron for cooking utensils and stuff along that line. So I was like, okay, now that we got all the iron, we can do copper. And I kind of just started spreading out from there. And of course, later on, I learned nobody buys beer. I guess some people do, but it's not profitable to make it. So, over the course of the years, my workers' empire has definitely changed. Granted, I still have things in place to gather the materials I need to support my worker empire, but it's not a beer monopoly by any means. So I kind of shifted my whole goal. But it is funny that's what I started out as. A failed beer monopoly empire, and now I'm just a grumpy old wizard. Of course, it doesn't look too old. Should probably change my wizard's thing to be old and decrepit now. I think I was kind of out of it in the last video I shot because of just the migraine that I had when I was making it, but I want to follow up on that because there were a couple things that I left out that I kind of wanted to put in there. And I always just complain about my wizard, but the real big reason why I always thought wizard was cool, I've spent so much time in my life dealing with chronic health issues and stuff, and just not feeling well in general and having to push through. I've always liked the idea of, and I think that's why I push for weightlifting too, is to try and make myself stronger. But and I'm pretty big and burly anyway, but I've always liked this idea of this older, weak, decrepit character, and he doesn't rely on swinging a giant sword or his muscles or anything, and he's old and feeble looking, and yet he's some powerful wizard that you can't fight because he's just too powerful. That's why I always like the idea of, oh, I got stuck in animation. Sometimes it does that, I don't know why. But there's always the idea of behind Star Wars, these guys, the Force, they were so decrepit, the Emperor and everything, yet he was so powerful. And Yoda, he was old, but he was still so powerful. It's just something that's always appealed to me. So that's why I've been drawn to wizards, because there's a lot of times when my health issues kick in and I have a very, very bad headache. I'm disabled. I can't function. My eyes go fuzzy. The pain is so bad that I feel like I'm having an aneurysm or a stroke. It's just a sharp. You can't function. You can't think properly. Your thoughts are all scattered. Basically, it's kind of like you're there, but you're not there. You're kind of just in this foggy haze all around you. It's so strange, and the pain is so bad that you're kind of just fuzzed out on everything. So it's like I know what's going on around me, but I'm kind of just numb to everything, and I can't think straight or keep a thought going. And so you're just like numb up on pain meds, or you have an ice pack, you know, you're putting against my head, or you get in the shower and let the hot water run over it. So it's like being able, you know, so decrepit and weak at certain points. The old character that looks so weak but is really very, very strong is just has always been a fascination of mine. On the other hand, I do like playing big, burly, tanky characters. Berserkers have always appealed to me. When I played Terra, I played a Berserker with the big, like, axe. Most people know what Terra is by now. So you kind of know what those characters are. But I've always found the magic users that are unassuming and look very feeble, but they turn out to be very powerful. It's always fascinated me. So that was what my whole thought was supposed to be in the last video, but I kind of got sidetracked and was suffering from my thoughts being all over the place due to the brain pain. But yeah, there's a couple of cool little insights and stories that I thought were interesting. Another thing that I thought was interesting, and I don't know if I can find this online or not, or in the forums or video wiki or somewhere, but before I started recording, I was in the group chat, just watching. I wasn't talking. I was just watching what people were saying. This guy was talking about how he only had a few thousand health on his character, and it's like I'm looking at my character, fully buffed up. I'm at 3652. How does people get almost 9,000 HP on their characters? I assume it's class differences. Like I assume like bigger characters like warriors and berserkers are gonna have a bigger health pool. But is there some way I can compensate for this build here on the screen, my gear or my wizard in general? Is there a way for me to increase my health pool without, like, is it crystals that they're using? That are they just stacking health crystals? Or are they stacking health artifacts and light stones? Like, how are people managing to get 9,000 health? Or 8,500 or whatever it is? Or is it just that big of a class disparity between pools? And I will say that I've got most of the things from the adventure log stuff there. I'm missing a little bit of health there, probably, what is it, 20 or 30 overall, but most of this stuff from the adventure logs I have unlocked. I have just a few small things left to do, so I've completed most of the big ones, so the health there I don't think is a thing. I would love my wizard to be closer to like 4,000 or 5,000 health just running around the world. But like I said, I'm not sure how to get it there. So if somebody watching does know or has a suggestion, put it in the comments so I can see it. Because I think I need some help. I think I'm doing something wrong. I will say that these scrolls are a lot faster. I started out with 60 of them, and we're up to... we're working on 49 now. I'm enjoying the login rewards. They're giving everybody free value packs and Old Moon Scrolls and Kama Silva blessings. Looks like for the full month. Yeah, looks like for the full month. Every 3 days you get another one. And of course the loyalty things are starting to do some stuff. I didn't check the event page very well because I was gone yesterday all day. Had to go deal with a bunch of stuff. But I got a bunch of these rare enhancement material boxes while fishing, and I assume that that's an event that's going on for a while, so maybe I'll spend some time fishing, because if I can get a bunch of stacks out of that. 60 stacks, 30 stacks, artisan memories, memory fragments. I assume most of the time we're going to get blackstones out of it. Blackstone weapon, blackstone armor, but any of that upper stuff, any of the Vice of Volks, artisan memory, or memory fragments are going to help me out a ton. They also changed these LE special seals to be able to be sold to the NPC for 10,000 silver, which doesn't seem like much. It should be 1,000,000 silver. Okay, thanks. We need the silver. The other thing that I wanted to touch on from events, go do your rift bosses. There are events ones, out, I think. I read about it. I just don't remember what I read. What is this? I guess distorted dead. Yeah, so it looks like you have a higher chance of getting stuff out of them. So I'll be going and doing all of those whenever they stack up to 12. Get them done. Maybe I'll do them today. I don't know. Haven't decided. This afternoon I have to be away from my PC again. For the foreseeable future, that's going to be... I have things that I have to do, so... Try to get some videos out for everybody early in the morning, and then spend the last half of my day doing my job. Oh, come on, I'm on the edge of it. Not very many left. Moving through them pretty quickly. One nasty looking boss. I assume he's supposed to look like rock, but it looks like his skin was just badly burned everywhere, and I don't know why they made him look that way. We'll say out of 60 scrolls, I've only gotten 20 memory fragments as a random drop without opening any of the reward bundles, which is kind of sucky. Obviously, the more you get while you're killing the bosses without opening the bundles, the bigger your profit is going to be. I haven't done any more cooking since I finished the thing that I was working on. I need to start on the next bit of ingredients. Let's see, I hit 250,000 on the smoked fish steak, and I've got 500,000 beer. Well, 746,000 beer, but those are two of the Balanos meal ingredients that I need. I got 3 more to do, so I'm gonna pick the easiest ones and just knock them out again. Basically, I want to be able to just sit down and do enough. I want to get enough ingredients put together that I can just straight cook 250,000 Balanos meals. And of course, using mastery, not the 1 second cook time close, because cooking mastery procs max number of dishes better, and I want as many as I can to make as much profit as I can, and I will probably get closer to 750,000 when I do it. But if I can get that done, it takes 24 to make a box. So I figure I'll have close to 10,000 boxes. With just cooking 250,000, I'll have a little over 10,000 guru boxes. And then anything above that, you know, is just extra. But that'll give me quite a bit of silver out of that. Turn all those resources into actual silver so I can start going through. And the reason I'm stockpiling silver is because if this turns out to be profitable, this Pila scroll run that I've done, like I said, I only did 60 scrolls this time, just as a test run for my own numbers. I know there's other people that have ran thousands of them to do the calculations, but I like to run my own smaller scale numbers just to see if it's viable for me. And if this ends up making profit and getting me more memory fragments and being more profitable or cheaper than if I was to just go out and buy the memory fragments, then I'll just dump my silver into Pila scrolls and run them, and then I'll be closer where I need to be at on memory fragments for enhancing. And I think with the season fishing event and trading them for the time-filled blackstones and then trading those for 30 stacks, I think I have enough advice of Volks to just pretty well enhance indefinitely until I end up with a pen black star. The only thing that's slowing me down right now is the memory fragments. And then once I have enough memory fragments, I may need to farm some more stones, but I have plenty massive pure magics stockpiled, so I don't think that will be an issue. Hards and sharps may be an issue, but I can always buy those. Gonna open you. I still have 519. I still have 300 stones. So I have essentially 800 flawless stones if I need them. And of course, my Calpheon storage has a bunch more that are being slowly stockpiled from the Stars End node. So I'm slowly getting my stockpile of massive pure magics back after crafting so many stones. But I don't think those will be a problem. I think the memory fragments are going to be the biggest bottleneck. So if this turns out to be profitable, then I think, oh, I hit the animation just right, so he's going to be stuck in the full animation now. But if I can find a fast, efficient way of getting memory fragments that works for me instead of having to grind for silver and then buy them, doing this and taking small breaks in between monsters is easier on my wrists, and we all know that my wrists need all the help they can get. So if this is more efficient than just grinding silver and buying them, then that's what I'll do. Of course, on the offhand, we've already gotten 5 pen attempts in on camera. I might have done like one here or there when I had like a Jay's hammer before, but in terms of like outright enhancing, I haven't done any other sessions that aside from the ones that I've recorded. And we'll see if it goes slowly or if it ends up being one of these black stars that takes 150 attempts. I hope it goes in the next like few clicks on it, or the next few attempts. My main hand, I think I tried it 2 or I think it went on the 3rd try, which is very, very lucky. So hopefully this offhand will go fairly quickly. And if that's the case, then the awakening will be easier because I grind as succession. So it won't hinder me if I may not even use a backup. I may just use my awakening weapon because the sheet AP doesn't mean that much where I've been grinding at. One more. Last one. So yeah, the sheet AP doesn't mean much where I've been grinding at. I've been grinding Shara for the pieces of the potion, and then I'll be going over to Monchum to finish the mana potion out. So the sheet AP won't slow me down any, because I'm pretty sure I'm over the cap on those. I one-shot everything, so it's not like it matters. And then the Volterra, one-shot all of those, and then those are all about hunting anyway, so. So we'll be standing pretty high at that point if I can get the offhand to go. It'll set us up for my character will be. Let's just say this: I'll be coasting after that because this pen offhand really is the last huge thing for the succession tree that I need, and then I just got to start stockpiling for accessories, and I'm actually going to switch to doing the Kaffir's runs at that point for the Fallen God stuff. It's time to switch to DP farming instead of AP farming after I get this offhand pen. Okay, so we're going to open these up. These are the first ones. I got 60 of each. And then we'll see how many memory fragments I ended up with. Hopefully I hit 300 or more, but that's not looking likely. If I get 5 every time, I might. Alright, I'm going to spam click these because if not, it's going to take forever to get here. Oh yeah, if we hit over 300, we're going to be profiting very, 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 very high. Okay, so there's no way I can not profit on this. This is definitely worth it. These are the lower ones though. I think I can get, what, up to 3 or 4 on these? Okay, so overall, I will be selling off these potions. I don't use mana potions, and that's just trash. HP potion, I have the infinite, so I won't be, I'll be selling those off. These I'll dump in storage, so we ended up with 425. So I paid 7... let's see, here, I paid... Calculator, come here. 7, 6, 3, 4, 6 million. So 763,460,000. Divide that by 425. I paid just under 1.8. It is 1,796,376 and some change. So not bad. And yeah, it's 425. And what are memfrags going for? So I saved 1.2 million per memory fragment. 1.2 million. Because if I was to do this, it would cost me 888 million. So I saved overall $425 times 2960123 1 billion minus 888 123 I saved 370 million, but I made more silver than that because I sold, and let's collect this, that for 379. So really I paid 763,460,123 minus 379,167. Just bear with me, I'm doing this off screen. So I paid 384 million for those by the time I sold my relic shards. I got to divide 384,292,250 by 425. I paid 904,217. All right. So I paid not much at all. I paid 904,217 silver per memory fragment, and I would be paying 2.9. Basically, I'd be paying 2.960 at that point. So let me write this down. 94217. So 2960123 123 times 425. Actually, I could do this a little bit. 2960123 minus 904,217. So I saved 2,055,783 silver per memory fragment. Times that by 425. I saved 873 million silver. 873,707,775. That's how much I saved doing it this way. So buying, he was right. Comment was right. Buying these scrolls is the way to go. We're buying memory fragments, obviously. And then selling the relic shards and then doing the scrolls is even more profit. So basically, you're saving tons and tons of silver, and I'm at 425 there. Let me set up to run back to Heidel, and then I will. Then I'll look at my storage. I almost have enough, I believe. 400 in there, and 425. I got 800. I need to do one more session, and I'll have about 1,200, which is what I like to have when I go to enhance. About 1,200 or so memory fragments. So one more 60 scroll session, and we should be good to do another enhancing video. So when I get a chance, I will sell more of my relic shards. I'll do another 300 of those, sell them off, buy another 300 scrolls, and run through them, and then I'll make an enhancing video. So we'll do some more pen attempts on the Black Star offhand, if I can get it up to Tet. The Tet stacks are what's starting to scare me, because I can always turn these 30 stacks into 50 or 60 stacks for the try attempts. But the more pen attempts I fail without crons, the more I'm going to have to worry about building up some more Tet stacks. Because, like I said, I've only got 8 more here. I think I got 1 on the other character. That 89 might work. No, that's pretty low, so I'll have to pump that up. So I'm going to be looking to create stacks as close as I can to 100 for Tet attempts. out of these try stacks. So I'm just going to have to be careful and not to overstack anymore when it comes to try taps. It's all duo to try. That's where the real game is, duo to try. Turning the pry to duos, they fail enough that I could probably make a few 50 stacks out of that, and if I have to, I can go use some rebloths and make 60 stacks. That's not a problem. But turning these 60 or 80 stacks into 95 to 100 stacks and then pulling them out to save for TED attempts, that's the real menace right there. I haven't done any grinding recently, but the next thing that I was on my mission is to do the rift bosses as they spawn. I need to run all the way down here to freaking Crescent Shrine. I don't know why this one spawned down here, but I need to go down there and get that one and then do the rest of these. Get those rift bosses out of the way. So that's on my list to do over the next few days, and then just stockpiling memory fragments, because pretty much everything else that my active gameplay is all on hold until I get this pen. So everything's being funneled into it. My cooking, my AFK gameplay is basically fishing and cooking right now, just to kind of build my silver back up and keep building it up as I go. And then yeah, all my grinding time is being spent not grinding. I need to be grinding for that mana potion, but running the scrolls is going to be more important for now, because the pen Black Star is definitely my main goal. But we're getting there, and I want to do another video on trade crates now that everything's been reworked. I think I need to do that and just turning some in. Maybe I'll do that here in the next week or so. I got several crates built up, so we can do that. But that's all I got for the day. I wanted to test out the guy's comment and make sure that for me it's profitable to run Pila phase scrolls over just fishing and running the shards. So selling them off, buying the scrolls, and it's still very, very profitable, at least for me. So he was right, and thank you for the tip. So let me know what you guys think, and if you have anything you want to see, let me know about that. Otherwise, I'll just keep shooting random stuff that I'm doing and rambling on like crazy, because that's what I like to do. So, as always, have a good one. Until next time.